So I want to talk more about the practicalities of actually getting this done, and what we're actually doing it for. So imagine, right, if we decided that we were going to run our world equally, all of us share, make the decisions together, plan together, execute them together, the plans, not each other anymore. One of the other things that I think would be highly logical, toilet paper, right? At the minute, we pay for toilet paper. Now, I believe that we shouldn't have to pay for things like toilet paper, sanitary protection, milk, sugar, bread, eggs, cheese, butter, normal things that everybody has to have. Now, I know that sounds absolutely insane to you right now. Free food, free produce, you can't do it for free, the world would go into meltdown. No, it wouldn't, because at the minute we produce those things, we have them available. Often a lot of things can't be produced because the money is not there. But the resources are, and our manpower is. Now, if you've got a society where everybody gets free toilet paper, sanitary protection, flannels, towels, things like that, you've got then a certain portion of the population can go out and make those things for everybody to have and everybody to share. And then you're going to get people who are going to you're going to get people that are going to want to sit at home all day and do nothing. But what's so wrong with that if that's what they want to do? If you are a right git and you don't contribute to society at all, because you're lazy or whatever, you still should be able to wipe your own backside. Now, I know this is going to sound really weird, to most people, but everyday families can't afford normal everyday things at the moment. For instance, as well, electricity, gas, that should be free. The first thing I would do if I was taking over the world, I would say, right, you have a roof above your head, that is yours. And nobody can ever take it away from you, and you've not got to pay anything for it. Now, we're all, right, at the minute, we work and we make things and we do things for money. I believe, because I believe in us, that people will still want to go out and do a day's work, even if there was no money involved, because they know that they were contributing to society, and without those things, they don't get their things. But some people are disabled, like myself and whatever, and they, just do things you're good at. Though I've seen in Take a Break, I think it was, magazine, a while ago, there's this village somewhere in England, and they've got a trade share scheme. So there's a chap that can do gardening. He'll go round and do this woman's gardening. She's good at cutting hair, she cuts his hair, that kind of thing. These things are possible. Free cycle, where people go, I don't want this anymore, I'll give it away. Somebody was giving away an iPod Nano on there the other day. I was like, whoa. And people give away cars and all sorts, because we're not as greedy as they tell us we are. But obviously, the more they tell us we are, the more we believe it, the more we act like that. And obviously, at the minute, everything is advertised to heck. There's all this stuff being dangled in front of us, and all it's doing is keeping us from living life. So when people say to me, like, oh, you can't live in a world without money, oh no, I just feel sorry, really, because I know it's because that's what has been bred into us, but it's not what we're meant to be. So things should be free. Everybody on this home should have a planet. Everybody on this planet should have shelter and food provided for them. Children do not need to be in school 24/7. The reason that happens is so that they are acclimatised for when they come out, which is why they go in full of awe and wonder and come out right little shitbags. I know, I've got some. I was one too. So we'll put the education system right so that they won't be sitting there learning about death and torture all day long. Hymn practice. My 7-year-old son has hymn practice. And I've actually been up to school and said, because my 5-year-old came home and said, oh, we were doing about Noah. And I'm like, you can't. I have no choice over whether they're educated on this. And I personally thoroughly believe that what they are being taught is factually inaccurate. And I don't get a say in it. None of us get a say on how we're allowed to bring our children up. If we don't tell them exactly the same as everybody else knows, they fail. We aren't encouraged at all to explore life or live it at all. We're not. I mean, now, round where I live, it is a dump, an absolute tip of shit. Right? There's nothing. There's no youth clubs. There's no nothing. Nothing for people to do. And it's ugly. It's vandalised, and it's not a pretty place to live. So when we're not having to make 200 different types of plastic spork, the people that were making the extra plastic sporks can be out doing up the parks. When my mum was a little girl, her park had a little park keeper. He had his own little hut, and the kids used to play there and everything, and and they used to sit and talk to this chap while he was drinking his coffee. That bit of land now, waste ground. It isn't even grass anymore. And this is because everybody that could be doing these, well, they can't get the funding to pay somebody to do that. But if they weren't doing it for money, I'm sure lots of people would like to have a go. I'm sure that the soldiers in Iraq would much rather be over in Africa building water pipes. These things can be done because we have the manpower and we have the resources. And these bad people need stopping. Talk to you soon.